And, of course, the biggest story with ramifications not just on the sports page, Bubba Wallace, the FBI investigated the noose that was found. I touched on it last time out, but there was a noose found in his garage. He was notified. He didn't see the noose. He was notified by NASCAR after one of the guys in his crew discovered the noose and reported it. And they put out a statement. Everybody went crazy, and rightfully so. I've been beefing with people on Twitter about this. And this is how you know the racism is real. Because you have people pouncing on the fact that the FBI did an investigation and found out that the noose, and it was a noose, by every description, it was still a noose. They'll say, well, okay, it was a garage door pull. But it was formed in the shape of a noose. They said it had been there since last year, sometime in 2019. So it's been there in August or September of 2019. And so it wasn't a hate crime. He's not the victim of a hate crime. So instead of everybody rejoicing, you have those who I think are letting their racist, their Confederate undergarments show, because they're going in on him and NASCAR like, oh, it's a fraud. You see what they do? You see what they do? The political correctness of mass media, the left-wing media. Let's step back. Okay, did folks jump the gun? Because there were a lot of passionate statements. There were tears. There was a lot of emotion around this because no one wanted to see this. So instead of rejoicing, saying, well, man, this is great news, people are blaming Bubba Wallace. They're blaming the media. No one was there. No media members could have been there to do a lot of work to research what exactly happened. You get a statement from NASCAR that says a noose was found. Now, if you want to fault anybody, you can say, well, NASCAR could have released a more subtle statement saying what we believe to be a noose. But if it's a noose, it's a noose. So you have to jump to the conclusion in NASCAR that if there's a noose there in the garage of the only African-American driver, you have to say to yourself, this is what it is. And I still, look, everybody did the right thing. Marty Smith on ESPN, everybody went off. And rightfully so. And said, we need to find who did this and get them out of here. But the folks with the Confederate undergarments are saying, well, hey, you jumped the gun and look at you. Don't you have egg on your face? You'll have these aha moments with folks in the media for commenting on what is very plausible in a very segregated sport. No one was really surprised or shocked by the possibility of a noose hanging in his garage because it's NASCAR. If you tell me that in the NBA, NFL, even Major League Baseball, I'll be like, oh, no, that can't be that. But if you tell me that happened in NASCAR, I'm like, yeah, that's on par with their history. Again, they haven't had a full-time driver since 1971. Wendell Scott's last race in NASCAR was 1973. 1973. Now you got Bubba Wallace. So it's not far-fetched. Where it is front-page news for a sport where it is front-page news that the Confederate flag can no longer fly at their events, we can't act like, why did we jump to conclusions about a noose? You can't do it, and if you do it, that means that your Confederate undies are showing, because you can't wait to pounce on this instead of celebrating the fact that, okay, we were wrong, there was no racist incident there. Let's not pretend that, we're in a racial society because of the media. No, these sorts of things happen. That's why the FBI came down and investigated. So I want to say to all of those people, keep that same energy for the person at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. If you want to do all that, you want to get on the fact checking, we can get on some damn fact checking. We can look into some things if you want to get into fact checking and truth telling.